boils down to this, folks, as the 2019-2020 Championship season comes to an end. Brentford up against Fulham. It's the Battle of London, boys and girls. It's at Wembley. You're not going to be there. I'm not going to be there. But who's going to come out on top? Let's take a little look. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today, we're taking a look at the final. It is the playoff final and the championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Ruski, of course. So, yes, get in there, boys, because we've finally made it. The season is about to close. Unfortunately, these boys will not be there, or they're not. They're already on their holidays. But next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires. Or next year, Rodders, we'll be in the Premier League. Yes, that's what we hope anyway. We'll see. But anyway, of course, before we get to the meat of the matter and talk about the game and all that kind of stuff, let's big shout out to the Patreons, the Dirty Dozen. That's right, Dylan Goddard, new Patreon, of course, not too long ago, just last week. Respect to him, and of course he joins the lovely bunch. That is William Shepherd, LG and Cow, Bianca Molnar, Daniel Mellor, Cody Code, Joachim Johansson, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Foss, and Aztec Marky B Mark. Woo! So respect to all of those boys and girls. They do they put a smile on my face and all that kind of jazz. If anybody else wants to join that lovely bunch and make it a baker's dozen, get in the old description down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. There is a link there. I'll send you over to the website. You can take a look at it. What it's all about. What does it mean? What does Patreon mean? Well, you're supporting the channel, boys and girls. You're supporting the channel in another way. So let's jump into the deep end and take a little look, of course, at how we got to this stage. Not really how we got to this stage, but of course, the regular season has been done and dusted for about a week or so now. And of course, it was quick draw. We'll get these playoff games out of the way. But yeah, let's take a look at them, of course. It is the championship. And in the first leg, Swansea took on Brentford down in Wales, it was. And it was a 1-0 win for Swansea to give them the upper hand. And you know what? They actually made a meal of the second game as well. To liven it up a little bit. And also in the other competition, it was another Battle of Britain as Cardiff City took on Fulham, but Fulham actually had the upper hand on this one with a 2-0 win. That was the first legs, of course, to kind of set the scene of where we're going now in the second legs. So that set up a nice meaty encounter over on the on Wednesday the 29th of July between Brentford and Swansea down at London at Griffin Park. Their final game at Griffin Park as well, and it ended up as a comfortable 3-1 win in the end for Brentford. They did make it a bit of a meaty matter in the end. Actually got this one bang on the piss and nose, boys. Got this one bang on the piss and nose. The goal scorers on this occasion was Ollie Watkins. He got a goal. Macondes as well, and Mbembo on the score sheet as well. Where Ryan Brewster made it a little bit interesting with an away goal deep into the game, 78th minute, to make this a little bit tight. Towards them. One more goal would have actually swung it into the old extra time, and then you know what, anything could have happened. But unfortunately for Brentford, they held on and ousted Swansea, who will be playing Blackburn Rovers again next season. But will Brentford be? I don't know. On aggregate, that set up a 3-2 final score over both legs to send Brentford through. And Brentford will be taking on a fellow London side, Fulham. That's right, after coming out on top at the end, 4-3 on aggregate over Cardiff. They did win the first leg 2-0 quite comfortably. I actually went with a 3-1 win on this one myself, but I got that one wrong. Cardiff actually won it 2-1 in the end. This one took place just yesterday, which was Thursday. 2-1 final score. The goal scorers, Curtis Nelson for Cardiff. Nice and early. Cabano, though, levelled it for Fulham. Lee Tomlin scoring what proved to be the winner on the day, but unfortunately was not good enough. Of course, look at just look how close it was in these two Battle of Britons. Just one goal separate both sides. Despite Cardiff and Swansea being the underdogs, they will go home and they'll be playing championship football next season. To be honest with you, I think that's the fair result. I think Brentford look the nicest to the eye if you're watching football, and Fulham are just, they've got quality players, Premier League-esque players playing in this division, and I think both teams will fancy their chances. We'll take a look at the ins and outs in just a second, and all that kind of stuff, and all the numbers. We'll break that down in just a second. But of course, these results do set up a Battle of London. That's right, between Brentford and Fulham over at Wembley. So not long to travel, but unfortunately none of us will be there to see it happen. So let's jump into the thick of things and take a look at how you guys predicted this second leg. Joachim Johansson, respect to you, sir. Being a patron, of course, you did pretty shit with your own picks. Sorry about that. Who we got there? Nitrous A, he also did Gash. A Judy did Shitty Rooney as well. PS Gaming, he got one of them right. Dylan Goddard, respect to you, sir. Being a Patreon gang, sir. Thank you very much. He did poo this time around. Cody Co, also respect respect to you for being a patron, sir. Well done, well done, well done. But you also did gash. Didn't get any of them right. Juan Felipe Oliara Pardo did also gash. Ultra Omen Murin, not too shabby. You got one of them. Russell Frost, well done to you, sir, Patreon. And of course, you did very, very well as well. I don't think anybody got top banana on this one. Colin O'Leary, he did all right for himself. Darren Warburton, he got one of them as well. Who was that there? Haruki, not too shabby. Vincent Hung did gash. Warburton, I've already given you one. I'll give you another one there, right there, son. Yannick Buster, not too shabby. Who else have we got there? Mark O'Leary, the brother of the other O'Leary. He did okay. Well done to Shepherd, dropping by for a Predicaroonie, but he did poop. Who have we got here? One, shit. Leo Martin, not too shabby. Luke Thompson, he did all right for himself. Brad Petford, he did okay. BS314, not too shabby. LG Cow, respect to you, sir. And also, you did pretty good with your pick as well. Club Skills also did very, very well. That, of course, completes the championship predictions in this regard. Of course, next season we do have the old prediction league, boys and girls. So make sure you look forward to that bad boy. It will kick off. In fact, it's actually going to kick off in the Scottish division. We're going to see how it all pans out with that one. Iron out that kicks and see what's gone wrong a little bit. And then we'll do a full pelter whenever the domestic leagues kick off across Europe. So let's talk about it then. It is Fulham up against Brentford over at Wembley, and it is going to be a nice little belter of a game to look forward to. It does take place on the 4th of August, which is a Tuesday, I believe. So over the past few seasons, they played each other 6 times, and in those 6 matches, there's been 3 wins for Brentford, 1 win for Fulham, and 2 draws. They did play earlier in the campaign over at Griffin Park. It was a 1-0 win for Brentford way back in the 14th of December. They also played in the old lockdown with experiencing this game already without fans, and it was a 2-0 win for Brentford as well at Craven Cottage. The goal scorers on that day were Seb Barima and Emilio Marcondes. As well. That was only a couple of weeks ago, back into June, 20th of June, so they are a bit familiar opposition. Of course, Brentford have actually won 6 of the last 7 home matches in the Championship, whereas Fulham actually undefeated in 12 of the last 13 away matches. Of course, this will be technically an away game. Of course, coming into this, Brentford weren't in the greatest bit of form, actually, just winning 1 of the past 4 games. That was against Swansea, just their last match. Before that was 3 defeats on the spin, losing to Stoke, Barnsley, and of course Swansea in the first leg. Meanwhile, Fulham have actually just won twice in the past 5. That was against Sheffield Wednesday prior to the end of the season, and Cardiff in the first leg. Of course, they come into this on the back of a defeat, but they'll fancy the chances anyway. Now, the bookmakers' odds on this son of a gun is 11-10 for Brentford, 23-10 is your draw, 5-2 is your away win. Now, before I get in there with my Predicaroonie, I want to give DigiCass a crack at the whip. So, Digi, it's over to you. What do you think? So the final over at Wembley will see the 2 highest goal scorers within the Championship lock horns, hopefully. Mitrovic, who's got 26 goals for Fulham and actually the Golden Boot winner this campaign, has been out since for the previous 2 playoff matches, but I'm hoping he'll be back for this one. He's got 26 goals for the campaign and again has the Golden Boot. Meanwhile, Watkins also has 26 goals for the campaign. He did add to his tally in the playoffs, so they'll be locking horns. And also, when we take a look at the teams as a whole, they are actually in the higher echelons of all the rankings across the categories. For example, in possession, Fulham actually in second out of all the 24 Championship clubs with 58.3% possession on average, which is second just behind Leeds. Brentford are actually in third though, 55.6% possession as well. As for shots per game, Brentford oust Fulham on this occasion, 14.5 shots per game on average, whereas Fulham actually 13.7. Pass accuracy though, that goes in favour of Fulham as well. 83.2% of all their passes reach their intended target, with Brentford 79.8. So I'll take a quick look at the team of the season as presented by Who Scored. We have Joe Bryan in there at Fulham at left back, Ben Rama of course across midfield, or maybe an attacking midfield slot, Watkins as well up the top there as well. So we got and Roddick between the sticks. So there's actually in the current Who Scored best 11 actually 2 Fulham players and 2 Brentford players of course. As for me, despite my heart wanted David Raya to play in the Premier League, I just think Mitrovic, if he is available, he's going to be a massive figure in this game, and I do believe Fulham will rise to the top on this one. I really do want to see Brentford in there. Of course, I've been cheering them on all the way. I just think Fulham will edge it. I'm going to go with a squeaky 3-2 win. Goals galore. If it is like that, we'll be in for a treat. But unfortunately, hopefully I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong because I'd love to see Brentford go up there. But unfortunately, I just think Fulham are going to edge it on this one. Brentford have played the really better football, of course. But Fulham have just got that quality. They've got Kearney in the middle of the park. They've got Mitrovic, especially. If Mitrovic doesn't play, I think Brentford are going to smash it 2-3-0, something like that. But when Mitrovic plays, Fulham are a different beast. And that, my friends, is just what I think will happen in this game. Of course, I want you to check out the channel as well. I've got another video in regards to this game. It is a simulation video with Football Manager. I've actually simulated the result 100 times. And, of course, I've calculated all the results and the data and presented it to you. So make sure you check that bad boy out. It should be live right about now or shortly after this video, whenever it goes live. And, of course, don't forget, next season we do have the Prediction League, boys and girls, where your predictions will matter. Will matter to see if you're going to wear the crown at the end of the season as Prediction King or Queen in this regard for the Championship. There's going to be Prediction Leagues running through the channel. We're talking about Eredivisie, we're talking about the Bundesliga, we're talking about League One, we're talking about Scots Prem, of course we're talking about the Championship. All of that right here at Blackburn Overseas. So be sure to give this video some love, smash the thumbs up, but of course smash the bell, smash the subscribe, all that kind of jazz to keep you bang up to date with all my videos, all that kind of stuff happening on the channel. If you want to go that extra step, you can go into the old description, check out my social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Patreon to support the channel in another way. And then you actually get more access to data and bits and pieces in regards to the Prediction League as Patreon. So make sure you check that all out. Anyway, that's it. I think it'll be Fulham. Brain-wise, heart says Brentford, but unfortunately that doesn't mean nothing at this stage. What do you guys think? Get your old predictions in nice and early for this bad boy. And we'll do it all again next season, whenever it may come around. And of course, we'll have the new format and all that kind of jazz. But until then, I'm going to get out of here. Till then, see you later. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.